Hey everybody, good evening. I know I am an hour early and there's a good reason for that. So I've been combing back through the group today, just through some other posts from people, and I know someone had posted, of course, getting to know each other better, and I've just been noticing a lot that we are starting to talk a little bit more negative than I would like to see. And it's not even about being negative, it's just more or less like, letting stress control your life. And so today I wanted to pivot away from doing a Q&A, and this is why I decided to go live a little bit earlier than 6 o'clock, because I don't want to get distracted. I'm still definitely going to answer all your questions. It's not going to be today. I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I'm not going to do it live for good reason. So what I want you to do, if you do have a question, I'll get that out of the way. First and foremost, please go ahead and post it in the group, and I'll be sure to, compile all these questions and answer them for you as soon as possible. Okay. The reason it's weighing on me big time today because I'm starting just to read, that we're stressed out, lockdowns, in full effect again. It's been really hard, to balance everything. And I just wanted to come on and encourage you all to not let stress control your life, because I'll be completely transparent, because that's what I do. I am a transparent coach. I choose to share my real life experiences with every single one of you. And sometimes people, they're going to make their lives seem a little different than they really are. And I'm not one of those people. I am very transparent. I'm very honest. I'm brutally honest, actually, and sometimes to a fault. But I wanted to log on and just explain to you that everyone goes through stressful situations, okay? And we kind of have 2 or 3 choices basically in life. Number one, you can let it control what's going on. You can let it control how you feel. You can let it control what you eat. You can let it just control your mood, which is obviously I don't prefer to let that happen to each and every single one of you, okay? The second option is you can kind of learn from your mistakes. If this is like a reoccurring stressful situation over and over and over again, then you need to absolutely do your part in cutting that out of your life, okay? And some of these decisions that you're going to be facing are going to be very, very challenging. And I'm only going to, premise how I was, couple years back. Like do you think it was easy to quit a 6-figure job? No. Do you think that, even in my past relationships where I was felt like I was always walking on eggshells and so stressed out all the time, was that worth it to me? At the time it was. And I'm telling you now, it's not worth it. And I made a vow to myself X amount of years ago when I walked away from that job that I would never let stress control my health, number one, or my life ever again. Number 2, okay, because at the end of the day, I was super sick. I was miserable. I was a raging bitch, and I'm sorry for swearing, but I was. You couldn't be within 10 feet of me, and I would snap. Very, very emotional, very, very moody, and I just don't want, any of you to experience some of the things that I've been hearing or reading. Because I do read them all, and trust me, there's a lot of really good positive things, and I absolutely think that that's incredible, but it's been weighing on me a lot today, that all of us kind of seem like we're, back at that point where we don't really know which way to turn. And I'm telling you right now that you absolutely have a choice of whether or not you're going to let stress control your life, your mood, your health, your wellness, your mental health, everything, okay? Because a lot of the times we so feel trapped with what's going on in this world, and I get it. I'm living there with you, but I just choose to constantly be challenging myself in other ways. So if there's an area in your life where maybe you have to put that on hold because it's causing you so much stress, or you have to say, forget it, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's not worth it. You're not getting the ROI out of it. You're not getting your return on investment. Then you need to leave that at bay and choose something else that serves you. That was the whole premise of this week. And I think there was 2 or 3 people that actually responded to that post. And I did it for a reason. When we started to kind of deep dive into a lot of the things that we have been going through as women, as wives, as, career people, whatever you want to call it, they're all very similar. We all deal with stress. We all deal with, emotions. We all deal with waves of uncertainty and waves of, will this ever pass? Will it ever get better? And I'm telling you that it will, but you have to absolutely be willing to take the steps to get it done. I just, excuses are one thing, but also not taking action to change it is a completely different ballgame. Because with change requires action, period, end of story. You can't expect to, lose weight if you're not working out, or if you're not eating well, or if you're not in a caloric deficit, then you're not going to lose weight. Okay. And I've been really, it's been bothering me. I'm not going to lie. Again, I'm a transparent coach, and I just want to give back to you all so much. And I find that we're so hard on each other, or sorry, on ourselves as women. Like, we just get into this like box where we feel out of control, and usually it's hormones, or usually it's something that maybe we can solve, but we just don't know how to break through that barrier. And that was, going back to the first week when I asked, can you post your picture on this group? Can you send me your picture, in a bikini, in bra and underwear, whatever it was? And some of us did, and every single person that said it or did it felt liberated. I know that you did. Because I could tell by your words, I could tell by your actions, I could tell by what you were saying to me directly, how you were empowering each other in the group. It was incredible to see. And I really want to encourage every single person in this group, if you are currently, or have in the past, or will in the future, which I'm sure is going to happen, experience stressful situations, you need to learn how to successfully power through them. Because there's only so much that you can do right here and right now to overcome that. And instead of you going down in this like downward, spiral where you can never seem to get back up to that surface, or, really get yourself back to a level, you need to learn how to let things go better, and how to also understand that life is stressful. There is no, I've said it before, but there's no magic formula. There's no, easy road to success, no matter what you're looking at. If you're looking at financial, you're talking about a relationship, you're talking about a career, you're talking about, self-worth, weight loss, health and fitness. There's no easy way out of anything. And I know that we're all such people that we work really, really hard, and then sometimes the results don't come to the forefront, and then we're like, Jesus, like, what the heck is going on? And then we start to like self-doubt ourselves, and then think like, what if I would have done this? And why am I feeling so stressed out? And then you might eat bad, or you'll fall off the exercise wagon, or maybe you need a leave from work, or whatever the case is. And I'm here to encourage you and to absolutely give you the empowerment to know that you can absolutely overcome any stressful situation that you experience in life, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, yesterday, it doesn't matter, because stress is absolutely the worst thing on this planet. It destroys so many things. Relationships, it destroys your health. It absolutely destroys, what you feel about yourself, because it's such a controlling emotion. And a lot of the times, stress is such a hormonal thing that's going on in our body. We don't know what to do to relieve it. So I want to hop on here today and let you know a couple things. Yes, 100% you are able to overcome anything that you put your mind to, and also take massive action towards. That's number one. But here are some other tips I wanted to give you today from my heart on how to deal with stress. Okay, remove it from your life if you can. Don't be a victim, if you will, of a stressful situation reoccurring day after day, hour after hour, or week after week. You have to learn when you are reached that threshold of not being able to go back to that stressful situation. So if you can remove it from your life altogether, that's absolutely what I would recommend. So if it's a person, if it's a specific situation, maybe it's like somebody that you work with, or maybe it's like actually your job, then that's a little bit of a different, ball game. But I would encourage you to find something that you love to do. We spend most of our lives at work. And then we spend all these other little pockets of time, but not lately with COVID, trying to, justify the fact that all we do is work. And at the end of the day, is it really worth it? No, it's not. And I'm not suggesting here that we quit our jobs. I'm not, but I am suggesting that you find something that really speaks to you. And that's what I did at the beginning of this week. I want you to do something for you this week because that is so powerful and it is so impactful for your life. Okay, so again, step one is to remove that negativity altogether if you can. If it's like, job related, then pick something, choose something that you love to do and that's for you, and put it on the shelf. Okay, it's going to come back, or you hit it straight on the head. You deal with it now. Because if you keep digging a hole and putting it in your back pocket it's just going to elevate. It's like when you want to say something to somebody, but you don't say it out loud because you're afraid of what they're going to react. And maybe, and it just boils over. It's not worth it. Get it over with, move on, and don't dwell on it. There's no sense in dwelling on things. The past is the past for a reason. I'm sure you've heard that before. So if a stressful situation that's happened in the past is happening again, you need to let it go. Okay, health things that you can do to alleviate stress. Have a cup of tea. Okay, get some fresh air. Go outside, for God's sake. I know it's freezing, but if you watch the video from today, you will be shocked at how good nature makes you feel. Whether it's cold, hot, it doesn't matter. Get outside and breathe some fresh air. Okay, drink a cup of tea. Don't have caffeine. I don't recommend it because it's going to make your nervous system all like this and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just not a good feeling when you're already in a stressed out situation. Herbal tea, and a few I would recommend just to calm your nerves, is chamomile. You can have things like peppermint tea or a detox tea, something that's going to, relieve what you're feeling. Take a bath. My goodness, take a bath. Light some candles, put some Epsom salts in there, put some bath soak, those things are very calming to the mind. I don't recommend trying to sleep because you're already in this like stressful, heightened feeling in your mind, and you're trying to, rest and go to sleep and shut your eyes. You're just going to be laying there stewing over all the things that are, causing you stress. Okay. Sorry, I need lots of water. It's been a long day. My eyes are burning too. Okay, and other things you can do if you're feeling stressed out is don't eat saturated processed food, because it's going to make you feel, heavy. It's going to make you feel bloated. And then it's not a relieving feeling that you want to have. Okay. If you're going to exercise, I absolutely recommend doing something like yoga, light stretching, nothing high impact. Absolutely. I wouldn't recommend weight training. And this is like going, if you're like at an 8 or 9 on the stress out scale out of 10, then again, do something that's light. Don't do HIIT. Don't do really heavy weights. It's not going to be good for your body. You can meditate 100%. And then if you're looking for something that's sort of, calming to your digestive system, again, just don't eat raw vegetables because it's going to make you feel bloated. You don't want to cause any more stress to your system, okay? So avoid caffeine at all costs. Avoid your processed foods. Avoid the saturated fats. It's not going to make you feel good, okay? If you are feeling more stressed out in the evening time, what I want you to do this week is kind of adjust what you're doing for your food. I'd like to see you guys eat most of your protein and your healthy fats earlier in the day. And then, yes, you're going to be like, oh, this goes against every single thing I ever heard, blah, blah, blah. No offense, but I don't care. Try it for a couple days and see if it works for you, because it's a proven fact that if you consume carbohydrates closer to your bedtime, it's actually going to make you feel sleepier. It's calming you down a little bit more because of the spike in insulin. So try to eat a little bit. And again, this is not an excuse to have a bag of potato chips or a box of pizza. I'm talking about a healthy carbohydrate closer to the time when you're going to bed. Okay. Another really good opportunity for each and every single one of you to overcome your stress is turn off your damn social media. I know I'm doing this over social media, but this is a completely different ball game than scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Instagram or scrolling on Facebook for 5 hours a day. Like, at some point, it's got to trigger an unhealthy relationship with social media. And we're all in the same boat. Like, we all feel like, what else is there to do? And what else can I be doing with my time? And maybe it's just a habit, right? We've talked about this before, where you have all these habits that you don't really know how to switch off. And that's the thing with bad eating too. It's nothing but a bad habit. Okay, so even if you were, say, always need something after you have your dinner, like you need something sweet or you're craving something afterwards, then try having protein before you have anything else. Wait 10 minutes, wait 15 minutes, wait 20 minutes, and see what happens. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you did it every single night, every time you wanted a snack for 7-10 days straight, I can almost guarantee you that your snacking or your habit will change to a healthier habit. That's the biggest thing, right? And it's the same thing with stress. When we deal with a stressful situation, I've been breathing in paint fumes all day. That's why my eyes look like this, and I'm coughing because my eyes are burning. It's crazy. Anyways, but when we're facing a stressful situation, what are your habits associated with that? Do you get angry? Do you get anxiety? Do you shut down? Do you cry for help? Do you call your mom? It doesn't matter what it is. Unless it's an unhealthy action, then we need to switch that up for a healthy action. You know, like I would love to take a poll, and I'm going to see if I can do it. But when you're feeling stressed out, what is the number one thing that you do? Do you shut down? Do you eat? Do you walk? Do you go for exercise? Do you meditate? And I can almost guarantee you that the majority of us are going to probably vote something that's not 100% healthy for us. Imagine if you were able to switch that to a healthy habit. Take a bath, have a cup of tea, glass of water, go for a walk, get some fresh air, do a cold dip. You know, do something that's different, that's going to challenge you in a different way so you don't have to be so focused on the stress. I just really felt like it's not at all like I don't want to answer any of your questions, ladies. Honestly, I've just been weighing on me all day. I've been reading, for a couple of days, and I've been noticing everyone posting about their food and stuff, which is great. And I really appreciate that. The only thing I'm going to kind of coach you all on is just please watch your portion intake, and also please watch your ingredients. It's super important. A lot of the stuff that we've been posting, that you guys have been posting, has been pretty good. If I've made a comment on your photo, it's not to single you out. It's just to simply, coach you on what I think could be better about that meal. And I'm going to try and do that a little bit more. Do you need more protein? Do you need less carbohydrates? Is it too much food? Like, we're all at different points, and I'm pretty sure I have a good understanding of where everyone's at in this group, and that's the beauty of having a smaller group with me today, in this New Year, New You challenge. But just please take my recommendations to heart, and honestly, I like seeing that you're eating healthy. Just try to watch your portion sizes, because I'm not sure what you're putting on your plate. Most of us are not posting our plate. We're posting like the actual dish that we made. So just be cautious of that. Remember, weight loss is all about being in a caloric deficit, okay? And then the only other thing I'm going to say is that if you missed this morning's live with Jake, you should go back. First of all, please follow him. He's such an incredible person, and I'm so blessed to have him on our renovation team. He's a wealth of knowledge, and that's the thing. Like, you need to really focus as much as you can, and I know it's super hard because we're all in quarantine again, but you really do need to surround yourself with people who lift you up, who force you to be better, who inspire you to be better person, more educated, take more risks, take more chances, follow your dreams, because truly, ladies, that's what fulfillment is all about. If you're working towards something that is super, super important to you, there is a sense of fulfillment there. And then there's also a sense of, even if you are faced with a stressful situation, when you're working towards something that means so much to you, it's almost easier to overcome that. Whereas, I'm not trying to gloat, but I think that's the beauty about being a serial entrepreneur, because I'm able to, if I'm stressed out on one accord with one business or one aspect of it, I can change my focus, much like I did today. I had a very stressful day at work. Do I look like I've had a stressful day? Probably, because my eyes are all painted, but I choose to not let that affect how I am dealing or coaching you ladies. And is it easy? No, not necessarily. Does it take practice? Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. there's different ways to deal with stress than there is, you know, healthy and unhealthy ways. Just like you can eat healthy or unhealthy. You can work out or you don't work out. You know, there's so many, life is filled with stress and stressful situations and rude people. Trust me, rude people that don't know what they're doing, people you can't count on. But then on the same token, it's also filled with people who lift you up, who inspire you, who are there for you no matter what. And today, I couldn't wait another minute. I've been trying to wait all day. I was going to go live again at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I just couldn't wait to get on today. And it's not that I don't want to answer your questions. So again, if you missed the beginning of this, please push your questions in the group and I will 100% get around to them. Tomorrow, I'm going to compile all the questions together and then just do a little video for everybody so you can really, you know, see what's going on. And just a few other things. Again, if you missed at the beginning, go back. This is all about dealing with stress. This is all about how you can accomplish it, establish better, healthier habits, and truly combat it. Because at the end of the day, we're in this together. We've said it all together before. And if I can't be transparent with you and really like coach you through some of the toughest times that we're going to have, because this too shall pass, as cliche as that sounds, it's true. We're not going to be dealing with this pandemic forever. And all the stressful situations that we're feeling are normal. They're just 1,000 times more heightened because of what we're going through in this world right now with the pandemic. You know, but we have to learn from previous mistakes too. If there's something in your life that's stressing you out, cut it out. Okay? Ladies, thank you for joining me. And I know I'm super early, but let me know if you have any questions, post them in the group. I'll be sure to get around to them tomorrow. This is all about dealing with stress and I love every single one of you. Please have an incredible night. If you haven't done the details of answering, you know, what is most important to you or what you're going to do for yourself this week, then please go to the beginning and answer that for me as well. Okay. Have a great afternoon or evening. I should say I'm already on afternoon. Have a great evening, everybody. We will see you again tomorrow. I'm going to do the video for your questions and, have a great night. Bye.